There we go, last week of the regular split, and due to these highlights I ended up receiving a offer for a demolition job for some reason, but they wanted it in a way that wasn't explosive. They wanted it a bit environmentally friendly, so I had the perfect solution.
Pentakill! Oh, yes!
Easy money. Week 8, last week of predictions as a group of 7 of us. Welcome to the Fantasy League. Here's last week's scores, so you can kind of see what's going on. Well, we got one more Super Week, so there are 90 points up for grabs for everyone. So anyone can still go through, and they can all still go out. So let's have a look at the predictions from everyone this week. So here's D's. Went for a lot of sweeps, because it seems to be the easier way to do it, as things have been going later on through the season. Then we got Darius and Duncan, and you might notice that Darius is missing a day of predictions. That's because he didn't put him in. Bit bizarre, but sure. Whatever works for him. Duncan went for sweeps minus a couple of G2 predictions and Fnatic predictions. Then there's Martin and me. And again, we went for mostly sweeps minus a couple of changes in some of the bigger games. And then finally, Stefan and Terry. Stefan did go for sweeps all the way through. A lot of G2 love. And Terry, well, he went for what he wanted. But enough talking about predictions. Let's talk about the actual games themselves. This is the rundown. We start as always on Friday with game 1, and it's SK versus Rogue in what was to become the week of shocks. Not this game though. First Blood, predictably, went to Rogue along with Infernal Drake. Then Herald was picked up by SK in the old classic weak side, strong side matchups. Granted, it took a team of 4 of them. First tower though was taken by Rogue. And then the Baron was also taken by them before leading to the victory. Like I say, it is the week of shocks, but not quite yet. Call it a bit of a teaser. Game 2. Vitality versus Astralis. So here we go. Dragon went to Astralis, as did First Blood in a nice little mid lane confrontation. Keep an eye on Renekton, because we will get there. Astralis also took the Herald at the cost of a life. Tower though was picked up by Vitality, but I'm going to shut up for this pentakill commentary.
Right there, Jeskler on the back line. Jeskler still going, but he gets charged down by the pony, and Magic Felix is doing his best with White Knight to try and claw back something in this team fight. It is a 3 versus 2, but Magic Felix is alive, and so is White Knight. That is one damn tanky crocodile. He's going for the triple. He's going for the quadra. Come on, lads, let him have it. White Knight's going for it. Quadra kill for Renekton. Give him the penta. Get over the wall, White Knight. Get agenda. Go for the penta, you absolute madman! Pentakill! Oh, yes!
See, that worked. Baron was picked up by Vitality, but big, strong, tanky crocodile wins the game for Astralis. Now we're on to game 3, Schalke versus Fnatic. Now Schalke are looking for a playoff position. Fnatic were already pretty much there, and First Blood sort of helped them on that idea. Dragon was taken by Fnatic, as was the Herald. Schalke hadn't even picked up a kill at this point. Tower also went their way, even though there was that fight going on. But Baron was taken by Schalke. A cleanly, as was the game. But I just dropped the ball. Game 4, Mad Lions versus Misfits. And First Blood was easily taken in the mid lane. Bit of a Hecarim charge. Herald was also taken by Mad Lions, while Misfits ended up with the first dragon. Then mid tower was taken during a little mid lane fight by Mad Lions, as was the Baron. But Misfits ended up with the win instead, so that didn't work out well for him. Game 5, G2 versus XL. First Blood taking in a bit of a scrappy bottom lane fight. The Dragon was taken by G2, as was the Herald, so both of the neutral objectives. Not usually a G2 way of doing things, but they did it. Tower was also taken by G2, but the weaker Shocks reared its head again. XL started taking over. They got themselves the Baron, and with another base race, twice in as many weeks, XL proceeded to break open the base of G2, while mid lane was trying to be pushed. It didn't work out very well for G2, as a panic back that just about happened while they tried to take mid towers and Nexus towers was then prevented by an XL 2-man defense, and slowly but surely the champions of the split lost their base. XL got the win. So we've got 1 day down, 2 more to go. It's Saturday, and it was SK's turn to take on Astralis. And take on they did for a little bit. SK ended up with the first Herald of the game, while Astralis ended up with the first dragon. First Blood happened a lot later in the game, and it went the way of Astralis just about at that 1-all. Mid tower again fell to the rampaging SK, but Astralis held the nerve. When you got nothing to lose, you seemed to play better, and they got the Baron and then converted it into the win about a minute later. Game 2, and it's Schalke's turn to take on Vitality, who again also had nothing to lose. But they lost a life first to the German team. Dragon also went the way of Schalke, and so did Herald. And also the bottom lane tower, due to said Herald. And Baron, after a scrappy fight, went their way as well. Vitality weren't able to hold on, Schalke got the win. Game 3, and it was XL's turn to take on Rogue. Now, they already shocked everyone with G2. Could they do it again? Well, spoilers, yeah they could. They got First Blood and Herald early. They then used it to convert it to top tower. Dragon ended up the way of Rogue, so they had that at least. Then Baron also ended up Rogue's favour. But XL held on, turned it around, and were one more win away from playoffs. Fnatic were taking on Misfits in Game 4, and First Blood did go the way of the LEC stalwarts. First Herald, though, ended up Misfits, as did the first tower. Nice top lane one for a change. For blue side, Dragon, quite a lot later, was taken by Misfits, as was the Baron, during this replay of a 5v5 fight that happened beforehand, and they got the win. Fnatic were heading towards a 3-0 week. Last game of the day was Mad Lions versus G2. Just keep it going. First blood went to Mad Lions along with the Dragon. G2 were just not having a good day of it. Herald also went Mad Lions' way. Again, G2 were 3 kills down at this point. Shelly the Herald took the bottom lane tower. G2, though, did get the Baron. They got it first. Didn't matter, because the last Baron was the one that was needed for Mad to win. Now, we move on to Sunday. There's Vitality versus Misfits. And Misfits just needed to win this game to go through playoffs. They started off well with a Dragon that happened during a chrono break, so there was no real evidence, but it was there. Herald was taken by Vitality. Taken pretty well. First blood was taken by Misfits in the river. Tower ended up Vitality's way. Bottom just crumbled. Then Baron was taken by Vitality with a 13-3 kill score at this point, and Misfits then proceeded to lose the game and lose their chance at playoffs. The team that was still in for it, 2 of them were XL and Schalke. Only one could go through though, and a Nautilus Jhin Karthus combo meant it was just going the way of Schalke. XL did try to get a couple of objectives. They got themselves a Herald, but not much more was going their way. Schalke started to dominate, and with easy Barons and just keeping it going, they eventually won the game. There was another split screen push here as XL did get themselves another Baron, but lost against the bot lane push of Schalke. Schalke made it through to playoffs. XL became the bridesmaids again. Unfortunate, but that's the way it goes. Schalke got the win. Okay, game 3. Astralis versus Mad Lions. Now, Mad Lions ended up with the first blood of the game in a nice little bottom tower fight. Top tower, though, was also taken by Mad Lions. Herald, also taken by the red team for this match, though a lot of kills happened beforehand. The bloodbath continued, but not during this Ocean Drake fight, again for Mad. Baron, though, ended up the way of Astralis, as did the win in a ridiculously bloody contest. Game 4, G2 versus SK. Could G2 get a win this weekend? Well, not if that first blood from SK had anything to say about it. G2 did get the first Herald of the game though, caught after a replay, and they also ended up with the first Dragon of the game. And the tower. They sort of turned it around. They ended up with the Baron as well. Not that SK didn't try to stop him, but it was exactly that caused them to then lose the game a little bit afterwards. G2 ended up 1-2 for the week. Final game of the regular split is Rogue versus Fnatic. First blood ended up the way of Rogue in this match to determine whether Fnatic would end up in the top 4 seeding. Herald also went the way of Rogue, this was slipping out of Fnatic's fingers. Tower also ended up their way. So, it was getting worse. And then when the Dragon got taken, Fnatic were on the back foot. They did end up though getting a Baron and stalling the game for a little bit, but that's all it was, stalling the game, as the last Baron ended up the way of Rogue along with the win. So that's the regular split. Now it's time to see who's leaving the Fantasy League competition, and well, it's your boy Ryan and also your boy Darius and your boy Terry, who just weren't able to do anything on that. Had Darius and Terry not missed out on points, they may have actually ended up in the final. Myself though, just did not read the room this split, and I will graciously take defeat. As for qualifications, Stefan ended up from worst to first and being the only member of the 300 point club this split. Thee ended up in second place with 288 points, and Duncan and Martin tied for third at 283, so it's them that move on to round 2. But that'll happen in a couple of weeks' time. The LEC has a break, and so do we. So we'll see you then.